welcome to the stage Ciauri.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. It's fantastic to have everyone here at Excel. We are super excited about the agenda we have in store for you over the next couple of days. It's going to be great. It's going to be exciting. We have 12,000 people registered for the event. Amazing. There are over 3,000 of you in the room, and a lot more than that via live stream watching us. So really excited to be here, excited to kick us off today. And I want to say thank you for taking your time and spending a couple of days with us. I also want to say thank you to our sponsors, especially our marquee sponsors, Accenture, Atos, Deloitte, and Intel. This event would not be possible without all of our sponsors, so thank you again to all of them. So thank you. Let's give a round of applause. Fantastic. So I joined Google Cloud about 3 months ago. I was 10 years at Salesforce, having lots of conversations about digital transformation, and I came here because I'm excited to partner with companies in a new way around digital transformation. Despite my accent, you've probably picked up that that's an American accent. I've lived in Europe the last 9 years, and this is going to be a really exciting year for my family and I, because we're going to become British citizens, UK citizens. Woo, yeah. So I actually am looking for volunteers because I found out that in about 6 to 9 months, I'm going to go to a citizenship ceremony, and I need to learn the lyrics to God Save the Queen. So I'm looking for any volunteers over the next couple of days that can help me with that. I've got some work to do. So I'm really excited to be here. This is home. It's great to kick off this event in London for us. So why did I join Google Cloud, and why are so many companies attracted to having this conversation about us? For me, it was really 3 simple reasons. A world-renowned culture, great people, great technology and innovation, and a massive opportunity to partner with companies on their digital transformation journeys. And speaking of that opportunity, over the last 3 months, I've met with more than 50 of our customers. And there's pretty consistent themes in those conversations. People are talking about digital transformation. They're talking about wanting more agility and speed. They want to be more data-driven. They need and want to be more customer-centric. They're talking about their employees and their culture. How do we improve our culture? How do we get better employee engagement, increase employee productivity? And whenever we had these conversations, and I asked, okay, can you tell me what are the initiatives behind this? Why do all these things matter? 9 times out of 10, the answer had something to do with growth. I don't think that's surprising to anyone in the room, but a lot of these things that we're all after and we're working together on, and why we're doing digital transformation, are about growth. They're ultimately about revenue. How can we accelerate revenue in existing areas or protect revenue in existing areas? How can we accelerate revenue in new areas? How can we take advantage of opportunities that didn't exist before because of digital? How can we become faster than our competition in reacting to these opportunities? So really consistent and really interesting conversations about growth and revenue. And obviously, Google Cloud sits in a great position in that conversation because cloud is a key enabler for growth and revenue and digital transformation. And we're leveraging our digital innovation experience at Google, bringing that into Google Cloud, and helping customers and all of you on your digital transformation journey. And what we're going to do today, which is pretty interesting, is share customer stories with you on how our customers are using our solutions to solve digital transformation problems and create new opportunities. And one of the things we really want to highlight over the course of the next couple days is we know that we're not your only partner. This requires a complex set of partners. So you have GSIs that you work with, you have technology partners of ours or others that you may work with, And we are investing with them and working closely with them to make sure that we deliver great outcomes for all of you. So we are really excited and incredibly honored to be a key partner on your digital transformation journey. And now what I get to do is we're gonna kick the day off to give you more insight into our strategy. We're gonna talk about some new product and partner announcements. And again, we're gonna have some customers come up and some partners come up and tell you what they're doing, how they're using our solutions, and making it real for all of you. So I'd like to introduce Thomas Kurian, the CEO of Google Cloud. Thomas?
Thank you, everyone, for that warm welcome. It's fabulous to be here with all of you. Our mission at Google Cloud is to enable organizations around the world to transform their business using digital technology, and to do so by offering the best infrastructure, a digital transformation platform, and industry-specific solutions to help you transform your organization, as well as to infuse you with our expertise and our culture to help you create that magic. We do so by offering you three important key components. First, infrastructure as a service. Second, a digital transformation platform. And third, industry solutions. Now, we're bringing you, our foundation is infrastructure as a service. We look at it as offering you 6 important capabilities: compute, storage, network as a service, protected by new offerings that we're introducing today in the security area, deployable either in Google's cloud regions or in your premise, hybrid, or increasingly out in a telecommunications network, the edge. The foundation of all of this is our regions. We're live in 20 regions around the world and 61 availability zones. 6 of those are here in Europe, and we're proud to announce today that we're introducing 5 new regions. This is part of a much longer strategy to roll out many more regions in different parts of the world to bring you our infrastructure so that you can use it effectively. Our regions are not only very powerful and capable, but are also built on a foundation that advances renewable energy. You know, our CEO, Sundar Pichai, recently announced that Google has been a carbon neutral company since 2007. So when you move workload to our cloud, you're moving workload onto a backbone that is built by the largest corporate renewable energy company in the world, Google. So not only are you moving workload to an amazing platform, but you're also doing good for the planet in moving workload to our cloud. Now let's start by understanding what we're doing for European customers in particular, recognizing that as cloud becomes a more central piece of IT infrastructure around the world, we're introducing a number of commitments to you, our European customers. It allows you, first of all, to store your data in Europe, not just the primary copy, but any secondary backups and all copies of data. You manage your own encryption key. You can keep that key off-site from Google itself. And with the new product we're announcing here at Cloud Next, you can deny Google the ability to decrypt your data for any reason. So in other words, you have sole control of where your data sits, how it's encrypted, and who has access to it. In addition, you can also require Google to ask you approval before any operators access your data. For instance, if you want us to help debug something or help clean up your data for you, you can require us to ask you permission before anybody does anything. And when you grant us permission to do so, we give you an audit record of every operation our operators are conducting so that you can see exactly what they're doing and when. And finally, you can also constrain us to ensure that users and administrators supporting your systems are only doing so from within Europe. So we're giving you, European customers, a cloud that helps you control where your data sits, who accesses it, who operates it, and is designed to meet the strictest regulatory requirements here in Europe. Now, the reason we're doing this is that customers are moving more and more mission-critical workloads to our infrastructure. We're announcing today a number of new offerings in compute, new Compute VMs optimized on both AMD and Intel processors, faster storage offerings, and two really great network offerings. Network intelligence that lets you look at global traffic patterns on the network accessing your systems, and packet mirroring that will allow you to get better reliability in your infrastructure. You should attend Brad Calder's talk tomorrow, where we'll be talking about this and other offerings in more detail. But they're all part of our commitment to give you a secure, reliable, high-performance infrastructure to run both our application workloads as well as partner applications. And in order to build the future, we provide you a number of tools to make it easy to bring your existing estate to the cloud. And we're going to talk about a number of new offerings we're announcing to make it easy to move existing workloads to the cloud. The first one of these is VMware. Now, many companies are moving mission-critical workloads. Several of the companies on that list use VMware. So if you're running VMware on your premise, we're announcing today a new offering to allow you to move VMware workloads to the cloud. You can migrate your VMware workload as is to the cloud. You can use your existing VMware tools, processes, and operational practices to run these workloads in the cloud. Not only does it allow you to migrate applications unchanged, you can also do so while maintaining business continuity. And we're doing this through an acquisition we announced earlier this week by acquiring CloudSimple. CloudSimple is now part of Google Cloud. They're recognized worldwide as experts in running VMware, and they have proven technology to let you move VMware workloads to our cloud. So that's one example of capability we're offering customers to move their existing estate and modernize it in Google. A second example is SAP. Many companies run SAP applications in our cloud because it lets you upgrade your SAP systems without downtime. You can run them with excellent performance. You can patch your systems and maintain business continuity without taking any downtime. And you can improve the information that you get from SAP by using Google's analytic tools and our machine learning technology. Now, this morning, we're introducing a new program if you're running SAP called the SAP Cloud Acceleration Program. It's a program we're announcing with a variety of partners, Atos, Accenture, Deloitte, and several others, to move workloads to the cloud at an extraordinarily attractive price, to run them in our cloud at an extraordinarily attractive price, and with new support offerings, including max attention, to ensure you get the best reliability in running a mission-critical workload like SAP. Many companies run SAP workloads in our cloud. Here are some examples. And let's hear from one of them, a large global distributor of pharmaceutical products, McKesson.
McKesson's about a 185-year-old company. It has about 80,000 employees. It has core business units across medical surgical supplies, U.S. oncology, pharma distribution. When you think about McKesson's SAP environment from a transaction processing perspective, it's multiple environments in multiple countries for multiple BUs. And it is the heartbeat of our company that we're putting on here with SAP. It's what runs McKesson. The consumer expectation is changing. The expectation of a consumer is real time, always available in your hand, so to speak. We need to change the architecture to be able to meet that consumer's expectations. And the current environment does not enable that speed to either innovate and or deliver even simple features for the customer. So that led us down the path of, should we be looking at a hybrid cloud architecture? We've been working on migration to the cloud, and that brought in Google Cloud. We sat with them. They really brought in a different culture. So the first thing to take into consideration being in the healthcare industry is protecting the customer data, the patient data, the pharmacy's data, and their PHI. So when looking at SAP on top of Google Cloud, that brings us a really good solution for us to protect our customer data. And SAP running on Google Cloud eliminates a lot of the overhead and allows us to free up our resources to put what I call above the line and allow them to add value to the business and not worry about SAP. I keep going back to enabling the business to do different things. When now we have an environment where we're running SAP in Google Cloud, we have all that data, customer data, processing data. We have the data lifecycle from the manufacturers all the way through the patient till it gets in the patient body. What can we do with that data now that it's sitting in Google Cloud and fully leverage ML AI capabilities that Google releases within that analytics platform and make it truly a better experience for healthcare, but also focus on making it really a healthier person. Keep the patient healthier.
So if you have SAP applications and you want a great place to run them, use Google Cloud. Another workload that we're announcing a solution for today is NetApp. NetApp offers a new service, the Cloud Volume Service for Google Cloud Platform, and we're announcing general availability, including right here in London. So if you run NetApp storage on your premise, Cloud Volumes is a full hybrid cloud storage solution. You can move data from your premise, from NetApp storage on your premise to our cloud. You can migrate applications that run on NetApp without any change to the cloud. You can run them in production, and you can do so while maintaining business continuity. One of the workloads that many customers run on NetApp is Microsoft Windows. Today, we're announcing broader support for Microsoft Windows, not just Windows Server, but also a fully managed SQL Server solution as part of our Cloud SQL portfolio, Microsoft Active Directory, a fully managed version of that, as well as remote desktop services. If you want a remote desktop service, we offer solutions in partnership with VMware, Nutanix, and Citrix. So if you've got a broad Microsoft Windows estate, both desktop and server, you can move that to Google Cloud. And lastly, for those of you who have bare metal services, we're announcing today a new bare metal offering to run raw servers running SAP, VMware, and Oracle. For instance, you can migrate existing enterprise licenses to the cloud, and you get great performance scalability. This is a new offering we're introducing in partnership with Atos. And Atos is not only working with us in this area, but they're also offering a broad set of services, including database as a service, a new offering called Workplace as a Service that you'll hear about more tomorrow, and running SAP, as well as doing data center exits. One of the partners that's done a lot of work with us is HCL. They're a leading system integrator. And recently, they announced a partnership to build a business unit dedicated to Google Cloud. To tell you more about it and about all these new offerings that they have expertise in, whether that's SAP, hybrid cloud, specialization with Anthos and our AI and ML tools, it's my privilege to welcome C. Vijaya Kumar, President and Chief Executive Officer of HCL, to Cloud Next. Please give him a warm welcome. CVK, welcome to Cloud Next.
Thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit about what this partnership means for HCL and for our customers?
Thank you, Thomas. A very good morning to all of you. I'm so delighted to be here amidst this eminent community and with Thomas, whom I greatly admire as a visionary leader. Thomas, allow me to introduce HCL Technologies briefly before I talk about the partnership. HCL Technologies is a $9.3 billion global technology company. We have global presence in 44 locations with 150,000 employees. We are the fastest growing technology services company for the last 3 years. We do 3 things. One, we manage and modernize IT landscape, IT infrastructure, business applications. We manage them and modernize them for our clients. We service over 1,000 large enterprises globally, and we've been delivering IT infrastructure and application services for the last 3 decades for several large global clients. We also have a strong product engineering DNA, where we, of particular relevance here is we modernize software products, we SaaSify them, put them on cloud platforms. And in the last few years, we forayed into software products where we have over 10,000 customers globally. That's HCL Technologies. Let me talk about this partnership. You will not be surprised when I tell you that 90% of all the deals that we signed in the last 3 years have hybrid cloud as a very important component. A number of enterprise customers are in different phases of their cloud journey. Some of them are cloud native, some of them are nascent in their journey, some of them are very mature. But one thing which is very common, which we hear across all large enterprise clients, they want to significantly enhance cloud adoption to achieve efficiency and scalability, and most importantly, they want to achieve agility and competitive advantage. So our customers are asking for more and more cloud, and that's the genesis of this partnership. Google has a great technology, and HCL has serviced and worked with greater than 1,000 enterprises, large enterprises across the world for many, many years. And we're bringing this together to build this partnership. There are 3 key strategies we are enabling to drive this partnership to deliver value to our clients. First, we've created a dedicated business unit to provide dedicated attention, investments, and the focus, and work closely with Google and our customers to make their modernization journey risk mitigated, make it simple. We will partner with our clients to deliver that. 2, skills and the talent scale-up. We have 1,300 professionals delivering Google Cloud migration and modernization services. We plan to scale that to 5,000 people in the next few months. And the third, and most importantly, we have dedicated innovation spaces in our cloud-native labs in London here, in Dallas, and Delhi. So all of these 3 strategies are enabling a risk-mitigated way to migrate workloads seamlessly to cloud and build hybrid cloud strategies to enable a digital enterprise. So that, in a nutshell, is the partnership between HCL and Google.
5,000 people. Wow, what kind of solutions are they going to deliver for us?
Yes. There are a few solutions that we have worked on, and I want to highlight 4 key solutions that we are going to bring to you. One is about SAP on cloud. Right? We have a very strong landscape SAP capability working with various clients. We are working with a number of them to migrate to cloud, and Google Cloud is a great opportunity, and we have several good case studies where we help our customers do this. The second is about data center and application modernization. Right? A lot of legacy data center landscapes. We work with our customers to build a hybrid topology, put the right workloads in the right locations, and we just not lift and shift applications to cloud. We focus on modernizing applications so that you truly derive the innovation that a cloud platform offers, like Google Cloud. And the third is Anthos. Hybrid cloud enablement is a big theme, and which is very relevant for all the large enterprises, and we are very focused on driving that. And fourth, a number of ISVs want to modernize their software products into SaaS and cloud platforms. We work with a number of them to enable that. These are the 4 key things. And the way we do it is through a global delivery model. We have a migration and modernization factory, and we have a number of IPs which we have built around automation and AI to enable the migration in a seamless manner through our global delivery model.
Thank you so much, CVK, and thanks so much for your partnership.
Thank you, Thomas.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The final piece of infrastructure. Google offers customers a secure infrastructure, and there's a number of features we built in to ensure we protect your applications and your data. But today, we're really excited to announce that we're also offering you security products. The ability to use tools that we offer in our cloud to protect your systems from cybersecurity threats. It's my privilege to welcome Suzanne Fry from our product organization to tell you more about these advanced security tools. Suzanne?
Thank you. Thank you, Thomas, and good morning. Our mission, well, Thomas talked about our mission overall, but in addition to the mission he discussed, our fundamental mission is to be the most trusted cloud. Now, central to this mission is offering world-class technology to ensure your security and preserve your privacy. However, building real trust also requires that we provide full transparency into how we handle your information, and that we give you robust controls on data handling in the cloud. Now, we'll get to some new products in these spaces over time, but first let's explore the principles behind our differentiated approach to trust at Google Cloud. Now, we know that trust is built over time through shared experiences and repeated positive interactions. Now, with us, it's going to start with our sales team and our enterprise-ready contracts, but it's going to continue through our every interaction with you, and it depends on how well we deliver on our commitments to you every single day. Fundamental to your perception of trust is your experience of full and complete enterprise privacy in our cloud. Now, we've spoken before about Google Cloud's focus on protecting your privacy, but this is so fundamental that I want to repeat and reinforce our commitments to you. First, your data is your data. You own your data. 2, we never sell your data to third parties. 3, we do not serve ads in our cloud enterprise services. 4, your information is encrypted by default in all of our cloud services. 5, we offer robust controls to help prevent insider access. And 6, we don't have any backdoors for any government. In fact, we undergo third-party audits to ensure all of the above are working according to your expectations and across industries and regulated verticals worldwide. And compliance against third-party standards is just one key means by which we can mutually establish trust. At Google, compliance is a continuous process to ensure that we evolve along the regulatory landscape and your needs, side by side. Now, we're always adding new compliance certifications. We've recently announced here in Europe a TSAC certification for the automotive industry, a FINMA certification for the financial community in Switzerland, and we've been certified to host health data in France against the HDS standard. Now, privacy, compliance, and security are all deeply intertwined. And I'm pleased to announce that we continue to deliver new, innovative security capabilities to protect your data in the cloud as well. Thomas talked about several of these, but I want to reinforce them. First is our external key manager. This is coming soon, and it allows you to integrate your own third-party encryption key with the Google Cloud Key Management Service. This means for Google Compute Engine and BigQuery, you can now keep your encryption keys completely outside of Google's infrastructure, on your own premise or in a third-party key management service. Now, also coming soon is key access justification. Now, this works with the external key manager and provides a reason each time a key is accessed and we request to decrypt your data. And this allows you to decide whether to approve or deny this request. Now, using these two products together, you can deny us access for any reason. And as a result, you are the ultimate arbiter of access to your information. This is a level of control not available through any other cloud provider. Now, next, we help protect your information and applications from attacks. When you run on GCP, you benefit from our massive scale and protection against denial of service and web attacks. Now, our Cloud Armor service has been around for a while, and it adds to the default protection built into our global network. But we're offering new web application firewall capabilities, giving you predefined and customizable rules for stopping the most common attacks. We're proud of Google's capabilities that led us to be known as one of the most secure companies in the world. And we're building products to give you these capabilities so that you can benefit from the technologies that we've developed. Whether you're using Cloud Security Command Center, our new forthcoming premium edition to monitor your data in GCP, or Chronicle to monitor your data on-premise or in other clouds, you get access to Google's intelligence, and you can't get that anywhere else. We use this to investigate, detect threats worldwide at every endpoint across the globe. Google's Advanced Protection Program is now generally available for cloud customers as well. It is our strongest level of account management designed to protect users like executives and IT admins who face an increased risk of targeted attacks. It leverages hardware security keys, which we use at Google to prevent account takeovers. And as we've noted, since we've implemented security keys at Google, we've had no reported or detected hijackings of accounts where security keys were enabled. It's just another example of how we are bringing the advanced tech we use internally to you, our cloud customers. Finally, I mentioned earlier that Chronicle can help protect your data even if it's on-premise or in other clouds. Chronicle's Backstory product was designed by Google security professionals to enable anyone to use the techniques we use to detect threats and investigate security incidents. It applies Google's strengths in analytics and security data privately and easily. So let's show you how it works. I'd like to ask my colleague, Rick Kachia from Chronicle, to give us a short demo.
Thanks, Suzanne. At Google, we've built a lot of capabilities to protect ourselves and our users. And Backstory was designed to give you similar capabilities wherever your apps may run. In today's demo, I'm going to show you features that are already available and in use by security professionals around the world, and give you a sneak peek at a few things coming later in the year. So customers use Backstory to aggregate and analyze their security telemetry from their own data centers and from multiple clouds. And Backstory makes sense of the data and can expose it in our own applications or via APIs so that customers can power other security apps or their own dashboards. Here I have an example of a custom dashboard using our data APIs to monitor across locations. So in this example, the customer can see threats across their on-premise apps, GCP apps, and their AWS apps. Why is this hard to do? Well, companies generate a lot of data. To give you some context, there are approximately 700 million tweets a year. At 140 characters, that's something like 35 terabytes. Sounds like a lot of data. But many companies generate that much log data, security log data, every single day. And without Backstory, they wouldn't be able to keep it for more than a week. It's like a crime scene that gets wiped every night. When you need to investigate, the data simply isn't there. So Backstory gives you the ability for a flat price to aggregate, search, and store a year or more of your security data, petabytes worth of data, in less than a second. So here we have a customer with over a year's worth of data, over 12 petabytes of data, indexed, full fidelity, hot, ready to analyze. OK, let's drill in here. So I've got a detection rule firing here via our rules API. And it looks like it's a phishing attack against an executive of the company. I'm going to drill in. And Backstory instantly lets you see the full picture of the attack. We stitch together all of the events into a full picture. So we see an email coming in to this particular employee. After that, we see the employee log in to this bogus login page. A little bit later, we see a piece of malware, ghost.exe, being downloaded and running on the machine. And shortly after that, this machine starts communicating with a new domain, officerevision.com. And we see that both the login link and Office Revision are newly registered domains that we've never seen before anywhere inside our enterprise. So Backstory has automatically linked all of these pieces of information together into a timeline to make it useful for a security analyst. So I can pivot from this machine view to a user view. Let's look at this user. And I immediately see, for this employee, outside of his normal activity, I see 2 alerts late at night when he's normally not online. And the first is a failed login to the Workday system. Later on, I see a failed login to Oracle Financials. When we put all of this together, it looks very much like an account takeover as a result of that phishing email. So if we had more time, I could then ask Backstory to show me every single employee across my global enterprise that received the same email, clicked on the same link, had the same suspicious patterns, and in about a second, I would get a list of all of those employees so I could start to contain the threat, clean the machines, reset the accounts, and so forth. So basically, in just a minute and with a few clicks, we can get a view across Google Cloud, across on-premise apps, and across other cloud apps to get a full picture of this particular threat activity. So with Chronicle, we're using the power of Google Cloud to protect you and your own network at the speed of search in a way that's private to you and you alone. With that, let me turn it back to Suzanne.
Thank you, Rick. It's super exciting what's happening with Chronicle and Backstory. So one final point I want to make is that we can't and we aren't going to go this alone. We know that many of you have invested significantly in dedicated tools and strategic relationships with security vendors. We want to meet you where you are, allowing you to preserve your investments as well as benefit from functionality you can't get on other clouds. That's why we've more than doubled our ecosystem of security partners in the last year. And we continue to invest in deep engineering collaborations with security leaders to meet the needs of our joint customers. To close, our efforts to earn your trust are reflected in our behavior, our operations, and our systems every single day. We share your priority on ensuring privacy. We strive to further our operational transparency. We adhere to the strictest standards and support your compliance efforts across verticals and regulated industries all over the world. And we work tirelessly to augment the security capabilities in our cloud, on our cloud, and beyond our cloud to protect your data and applications wherever they are. We look forward to consistently positive interactions with you. And with that, I'd like to bring back Thomas.
The second piece in our portfolio, our platform, it lets you do 5 things: build great new applications, manage large quantities of data, do analytics, use our AI and machine learning tools, and collaborate with people. The first piece of this is the great tools that we offer people to build cool applications. We are here to introduce an update to 2 important parts of our application development portfolio. The first is Anthos. This is a product we announced at Cloud Next earlier this year and was designed to solve a very simple problem. We wanted to give customers the ability to build a workload once, to run it in your data center, to move it to Google or to any other cloud without changing a single line of code, and to help you secure and monitor this environment in a 100% consistent way. Since that announcement, we've had a lot of product updates, as well as significant customer momentum with Anthos. And today, I'd like to welcome Jennifer Lin from our product organization to give you the update on Anthos. Jennifer?
Thank you, Thomas, and good morning, London. It's really a great pleasure to be here today to share the momentum that we've seen with Anthos. Since we announced general availability in earlier 2019, Anthos has set the standard for modernizing applications in today's multi-cloud world. Anthos adoption by customers is accelerating. According to Forrester's Total Economic Impact study on Anthos, adopters have seen up to a 5x return on investment. For one of our customers, rolling out updates to their core banking application used to take at least a quarter. Now with Anthos, they implement new features and updates on a weekly basis. That's a 13x improvement in time to market and more efficient continuous development and release cycles. According to Gartner, by 2021, over 75% of mid-size and large enterprises will have adopted a hybrid or multi-cloud approach. However, old-school hybrid offerings, including recent announcements in the market, try to build on top of legacy silos that can't quite deliver the agility and governance across clouds. As customers look to the cloud for scalability and access to innovative services, getting locked into a single vendor has become a major concern. But with Anthos, you have the flexibility to modernize without being locked in. Anthos is based on open standards like Kubernetes, Istio, and Knative. It delivers portability and agility and leverages open APIs to orchestrate VM and container-based services. Building on this, we're bringing a wide range of capabilities to Anthos to further simplify your cloud migration and application modernization journeys. First, we're making it easier for your platform operators to manage your microservices by leveraging the efficiencies of managed Kubernetes. You can deploy new applications on managed Kubernetes clusters in Google Cloud or on premises, and you can register existing Kubernetes environments into Anthos. And Google Cloud Console gives you a unified view across all environments. Second, we empower your security teams by automating application security across diverse environments. Anthos enforces consistent policies codified in declarative configurations from a single source of truth, such as a central Git repository. Central policy enforcement delivers stronger governance. Third, we're giving operations and development teams increased application layer visibility across Anthos workloads. Anthos offers granular telemetry for service management and makes it easy to set and view service-level objectives to better manage application performance. Finally, Anthos delivers on the promise of a truly developer-centric user experience. Your operators and developers can efficiently collaborate and deploy applications faster and more securely than ever before. While Anthos has been generally available for some time, today we're happy to announce that the general availability of Migrate for Anthos. This allows you to take VMs from on-prem or Google Compute Engine and move them directly into containers in GKE. We're also expanding support for VMs from other cloud providers. You can now modernize Amazon EC2 and Microsoft Azure VMs directly into containers. Our new approach gives you much more flexibility to modernize your existing investments with ease, even for legacy VMs. Anthos provides unique and powerful solutions to customers across many industries and helps transform the way that they build and deliver applications. For example, Chiesa Compressors, the world's leading manufacturer of compressed air products, is using Anthos to increase production efficiencies and time to market. They're using Anthos as their platform of choice to deploy and manage SAP workloads. Anthos gives them a unified way to manage their hybrid and edge deployments and provides a consistent platform for advanced machine learning. DenizBank serves millions of customers in 11 different countries across the EU and Gulf regions. Anthos helps them to meet regulatory requirements, including data residency and sovereignty, while using machine learning to deliver innovative mobile banking applications to their customers. Users from a wide range of industries are doubling down on Anthos and benefiting from running core applications and emerging workloads. Thanks to all of our customers who have partnered with us and who are really driving innovation in their industries. Additionally, we have a strong ecosystem of partners who are working with us to create innovative solutions developed with and on Anthos. We are constantly exploring new use cases like Anthos Edge for retail stores, manufacturing floors, and telecom base stations. Today, we're already collaborating with design partners like Cisco, HPE, and Intel. And service providers like Deloitte, Accenture, Arctic, and HCL stand ready to help you modernize your applications and improve your digital operations. We are committed to accelerating application modernization, and we have some more amazing new announcements for the developer community. To tell us a bit more, I'd like to invite Polybot to the stage. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. What makes Google Cloud Developer Solutions unique is we enable you to radically simplify your application modernization journey. And we enable you to do it in phases. You get the developer velocity your organization needs without compromising on security or quality. And today, we're excited to announce significant enhancements to our entire developer toolchain across code, build, deploy, and a new serverless execution platform. So let's start with code. Developers want to take advantage of the power of microservices and containers to modernize their applications. Unfortunately, before they write even a single line of application code, they're wading through YAML, they're connecting debuggers, creating containers, setting up their workstations, and on and on and on. We take a completely different approach at Google Cloud. By automating all of the manual and repetitive tasks of cloud application development so you can focus on the task at hand, which is writing application code. Cloud Code is our suite of IDE plugins to help your teams get productive really quickly. In fact, with Cloud Code, developers can get all of their work done without ever leaving their favorite IDE. Here's an example. Cloud Code streamlines the creation of Kubernetes applications. So we take care of all of the details, like YAML. Not only that, we give you quick starts, which are fully configured samples for build, test, and deploy, so you can be up and running in seconds. So it's no wonder that even while we were in beta, Cloud Code generated a lot of interest among the developer community and resulted in hundreds of thousands of downloads. So I'm thrilled to announce that Cloud Code is going GA today. In addition, I'm also happy to announce that we are bringing Stackdriver logs into the IDE with Cloud Code. So developers no longer need to switch between tools while they're debugging. It's a huge time saver. Once your application code is written, you can use Cloud Build, which is a completely serverless CI/CD platform, which enables you to build, test, and deploy your cloud applications. Recently, Cloud Build took the leadership spot in a Forrester Wave report, well ahead of all other solutions in the market. More than 1,000 companies are using Cloud Build daily. That includes Kai, Monzo Bank, and Zendesk. Just in the last 6 months, since moving to Cloud Build, ANZ Bank has seen a 3x increase in the number of daily deployments. And at that pace, manual security checks simply can't keep up, which is why we recently released container registry vulnerability scanning. We automatically check all of your code, all the dependencies you've imported into your application, and the base image against all known threats. We do this both at check-in and continuously as new threats emerge. And those customers, like ANZ Bank, often integrate scanning with binary authorization so they can gate deployments based on the scan results. Another customer, Shopify, scans over 6,000 builds every day. That's cloud scale. Until now, we've talked about how we're removing friction across the code, build, and secure phases of your application development. But we stepped back and asked ourselves the question, what if we just removed all of the grunt work that developers have to deal with? So we created Cloud Run. Cloud Run is the first open compute platform that combines the power of serverless and containers. Because Cloud Run is serverless, it abstracts away all of the infrastructure management. That means you just execute one command to deploy your container, and we take care of everything else. Whether it's HTTPS, custom domains, auto-scaling, failover, we got you covered. And you can choose to run your container either in fully managed Cloud Run or in a hybrid environment with Cloud Run for Anthos. And best of all, Cloud Run is built on Knative and Kubernetes. That means all your applications are going to be both portable and extensible. It's the first time in the industry that you're able to get future-proofed serverless applications. And today, I'm excited to announce that Cloud Run and Cloud Run for Anthos are both going GA. Some of the largest businesses in Europe, like Airbus and Veolia, are already using Cloud Run. Media Market Saturn, which is a leading consumer electronics retailer, told us that they've improved their time to market by 8x. Simply amazing. Once you've got your applications up and running, the next step is to make some of those applications and services available as reusable components to other teams. Pitney Bowes tells us that they've shaved as much as 70% off their design cycles by doing this. That's where APIs play a key role. You can wrap any endpoint with an API proxy and publish it using Apigee, Google Cloud's API management platform. Apigee enables you to discover, secure, and then analyze the usage of your APIs. And today, we are making it even easier for enterprises to deploy Apigee in a hybrid environment with the GA of Apigee Hybrid. All of these capabilities you just heard about make cloud application development frictionless. Now, to see those in action, I'd like to welcome Russell on stage.
Thanks, Bali. I'm going to show you how to create and deploy a Kubernetes application with Cloud Code using a new Google Cloud Remote Development Quick Start. Normally, I might spend hours downloading and installing tools to set up a development environment to get started with Kubernetes. Now, I can just click this Open with Cloud Code button. And instead of spending hours preparing my development environment, Cloud Code automatically connects my local VS Code to a remote development environment in Google Cloud that has all the tools I need, including scaffold, kube control, language support, and SDKs. It's starting up a VM in Cloud Shell right now that it's connecting to. It's even now cloning a Kubernetes guestbook sample application from that quick start into the Cloud Workspace for me. I can now build and deploy this application to Kubernetes. I simply use Cloud Code's deploy application continuously command, and the app is now going to be built and deployed to my cluster. This pre-configured development environment in Google Cloud just saved me from hours of setup time and potential setup errors. You can see here in the terminal that Cloud Code is building my images, tagging them, pushing them to an image repository, and it's deploying the app. Normally, I'd have to do all of these steps myself, and I'd have to repeat these steps every single time I want to make a change. Cloud Code continuous development takes care of this for me and automatically updates my application every time I make a change. It looks like the app's deployed, so let's take a look at it. Here we can see that it's deployed this guestbook sample application. Now, let's get this code into production. The first thing we do is store this in version control. I already forked this sample, and I've added the Cloud Build GitHub plugin. Now, everyone knows that you should set up a CI/CD pipeline to deliver your code into production. But it can be a real pain to set one up. Cloud Code turns that into a simple declarative task. First, I'm going to go and create a trigger.yaml file. And that will activate a build when code is pushed to a branch in my GitHub repository. This is an experimental feature in Cloud Build enabling you to configure triggers as code. Now, instead of having to search online for documentation and examples of how to set this up, I'm going to use a snippet provided by Cloud Code to create this trigger. All I need to do is update the repo owner and the repo name and the branch that I want to look for changes on. And finally, we see that it's looking for the build steps to perform in the cloudbuild.yaml file. Let's go ahead and create that as well. We're going to use another Cloud Code snippet here to create a deployment pipeline using scaffold. And here, it's as easy as specifying the cluster name, which in this case is guestbook prod, and the cluster zone, which I'm using Europe West 2A, which is right here in London. And we're good to go. Now I just need to right-click on this trigger.yaml file and select Apply Trigger and confirm the project I want to create this trigger in. And we can see here in the terminal that the trigger has been created successfully. Now, all I need to do is push a commit to the master branch. Well, I'm going to skip pushing a commit because VS Code keeps switching back. Here we go. OK, I'm going to go ahead and skip pushing that commit since VS Code is having problems for me right now. But if I push that commit, it goes ahead and kicks off a cloud build and deploys that app to production. So in the last few minutes, I just set up a Kubernetes development environment, deployed an application to my dev cluster, added a CI/CD pipeline to the project, and submitted a change that kicked off that CI/CD pipeline to deploy to production. And I didn't need to leave my IDE. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Russell. In summary, Google Cloud gives you 3 key benefits. First, we make your cloud application development simpler and faster. We even help you migrate your applications. Second, we enable built-in security and compliance across the entire application development pipeline. And third, we provide you powerful observability and API management. We're committed to making Google Cloud the most developer-friendly cloud with a full suite of tools that are generally available, with thousands of customers already using them. Thanks to all of you for the amazing growth that we are seeing in the Google Cloud developer community. You can learn more about our labs and certifications by visiting our website. And if you're here at Next, we have an awesome developer training zone that all of you should check out, and a bunch of cool sessions across cloud application development and serverless. Now I'd like to turn it back over to Thomas.
If you're a developer who wants to use these tools, but is also keen on using open source, earlier this year, we announced a partnership with many leading open source companies to allow you, the developer community, to build applications using open source, get a fully managed infrastructure to run them in Google Cloud, making it easy for you to use open source, and to be able to use your Google Cloud credits to consume open source. Since then, we've had strong uptake of these platforms by customers. And there are many companies who are using these tools in production. An example is Metronome, which has migrated 80 Cassandra clusters to Google Cloud. AutoTrader, which runs a combination of MongoDB and Google Cloud Platform. And Unity, which processes 1 million events a day using Confluent on Google Cloud Platform. Managing data is a core competency of Google Cloud. We offer a variety of different solutions to manage data. Most importantly, we offer solutions to host enterprise databases on Google Cloud Platform, including Oracle, SQL Server, Postgres, and MySQL. We give you tools to migrate these databases from premise to the cloud. And we offer you, with Cloud SQL, a platform to build and scale mission-critical workloads while giving you, using, for example, custom-managed encryption keys, the ability to secure and protect your data when you run these databases. Many customers run and manage their data in Google Cloud. Here are just some examples. When you move data into our cloud, you can also use our analytics capabilities. We're focused on offering 2 important capabilities with analytics: a fully managed data warehouse, serverless, called BigQuery, and a fully managed data lake, also serverless. Here at Cloud Next, we're proud to introduce a new capability called Cloud Data Fusion, a fully managed ETL solution that makes it super easy for you to ingest data into our cloud. When you ingest data, you can also federate queries from BigQuery into existing data sources you have, either on-premise or in other clouds. And you can stream data much faster into Google Cloud with advances we've made in stream processing. Finally, because we've had lots of demand, we're migrating legacy data warehouses. Many customers have done that, and we've packaged a set of tools to make migration of legacy data warehouses to our cloud much easier. We have many customers who run and manage enterprise data lakes and data warehouses in GCP. In addition, there are people who use our data management infrastructure for AI and machine learning. We offer 4 important capabilities: a platform, AI building blocks, an AI hub, which provides one-click deployment of models, and AutoML that makes it much easier for people to build AI models. To make it even easier for customers to adopt AI, we're introducing a variety of solutions. Horizontal solutions like contact center AI and document AI, as well as industry-specific solutions based on Google's AI expertise. Now, one of the important things we're announcing here at Cloud Next is a solution called Explainable AI. Andrew Moore and Sudhir Hasby are going to talk about these tomorrow, but Explainable AI allows you, a customer who is using AI in an enterprise context or an enterprise business process, to understand why the AI infrastructure generated a particular outcome. So for instance, if you're using AI for credit scoring, you want to be able to understand why did the model reject a particular credit application and accept another one. And Explainable AI provides you the ability to understand that. Because of our advances in analytics and AI, we have many customers who use our cloud platform for this purpose. Here are just a few of them. Lastly, what's new in G Suite? G Suite is used by many people around the world for collaboration. People love this concept called Smart Compose in Gmail, where the system suggests a reply for you and makes it much easier for you to compose email. We're now bringing Smart Compose to Google Docs to make you more productive when you're writing documents and collaborating with one another. We've also integrated all the elements of our collaboration tools into a single workspace. David Thacker will be talking about the new capabilities we're introducing in G Suite tomorrow, and actually be showing you Smart Compose in Google Docs. Because of these advances today, 5 million companies pay to use G Suite. And we have over 1 billion people using our Drive and 1.5 billion people every day using Gmail. You could be one of them, and we're very proud to welcome today one of these customers. Fiat-Chrysler Automobiles is a customer of G Suite, which is helping them in their digital transformation. It's my privilege to welcome Gilberto Chiesa from Fiat-Chrysler. Please give him a warm welcome. Gilberto, welcome.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone.
Could you tell the audience how cloud computing is changing your automobile company, which everybody knows?
Okay. So being a CIO in an automotive company in this digital era is quite an interesting spot. You sit at the intersection of the revolution, I would say. One revolution is the one of our vehicle, the car that we make every day, that are moving from along 3 new axles, from the traditional combustion engine to the electrical powertrain. They are more and more connected to internet, providing a sort of mobility services, and they are becoming autonomous, no? As we all know, in a short future. On the other side, you have the revolution of the traditional IT tool, all these buzzword, cloud, big data, artificial intelligence, machine learning are really changing, you know better than me, our way of working. So in this environment, you have, in an automotive company, you have to keep producing, designing, selling every day thousands and thousands of vehicles that needs, they are composed by thousands of well-engineered parts that are coming through a very complex supply chain, global, and so on. And you have to deliver to your customer performances, reliability, safety, pleasure also, and sustainability. So all this stuff for a company, FCA is 120 years. We have celebrated 120 years from our birthday in this year. And so this is in our DNA. But in this digital era, really, everything is always more interconnected. So you cannot pick one thing apart from the other. And I see the cloud, we see the cloud as a tool that really enables us to manage all this stuff together in a more easy way, with more flexibility, speed of development, lower cost, hopefully I would say also more reliability. So cloud is really a tool that pushes the digital transformation of our company in these days, I would say.
That's an amazing story. How do you use G Suite to help your people collaborate during this amazing transformation journey you're on?
Yeah, we have selected this Google tool because we were looking really for something that was not only a technical solution, but something that was pushing a new way of working. So we wanted something cloud native, simple, easy to use, secure, and also mobile first in principle, because we think that the employee in a big corporation like ours needs to find inside the company also user experience always more and more similar to the one that they have outside of the company in their social, personal life, and so on. So we are leveraging G Suite and Drive mainly for really pushing this culture of sharing information. I would say that this has improved the way our colleagues are working together faster from anywhere. Another important feature that we appreciate is the video communication. So when you have to connect the people that are sitting basically across all the world, multitude of languages, culture, see people in the face when you are speaking is an help. So we wanted to move the video communication outside from the more classical video conference room that are a bit static, and push video communication onto the desktop, to the mobile or devices of our employee. And that's what we are doing with Hangout, Meet, and so on. So this has been, I would say, an important step in our collaboration digital workplace. We are looking for the new feature that Google is releasing basically every month. So this is another important point, because you always provide new feature without having to update thousands and thousands of software on the device. And you keep innovative tool for your employee. That is something that is really helping I believe to push innovation for our processes, and also ultimately for our Maserati, Jeep, Fiat, Alfa Romeo cars, and for our customers, the main target of our work every day, I would say.
Gilberto, thank you for being a customer and for the amazing cars you make.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. Bye.
Lastly, we also want to make it easy for customers to use Google's advances by delivering industry-specific digital solutions. There are two flavors: solutions to apply to all industries. An example is what we're doing with contact centers. How many of you have called a contact center and said, that was an amazing experience? I had to wait many minutes to get through, and I spoke to somebody who helped me instantaneously. Google took our customers' feedback to heart, and we built an amazing solution. You, as a consumer, can dial a contact center. You'll get an instantaneous response because a software agent can answer the phone. It doesn't tell you to press 1 or press 2 or press 3. It has a natural language conversation with you. It looks up information from back-end systems. You can speak 9 different languages. It transcribes your conversation. And if it needs to hand over to a human being, it does so with the full transcript so that the human being doesn't need to ask you the same questions all over again. Not only does it lower your cost, it also improves, as a company, your customer engagement and your Net Promoter Score. So Google's advances in conversation, language, translation, dialogue flow are all being packaged together to offer a solution to improve contact centers. We do so in concert with a variety of different partners so that you do not have to rip and replace your PBX or your IVR system. You can keep your Salesforce contact center, for example, but improve the conversations people have with your organization. Similarly, we're delivering a variety of solutions which are industry-specific. Here are some examples. One of the industries we have a lot of solutions for is retail. And we're seeing momentum with customers because of these solutions in a variety of industries. 9 of the top 10 media companies in the world, 7 of the top 10 retailers, 5 of the top 10 financial institutions, and so on, all use our cloud today to run their business and to transform themselves digitally. In retail, we offer a variety of solutions to make it easier to search for products online, to personalize products and recommend things, to help you with demand forecasting, inventory management, supply chain. And there are many customers using our solutions today in retail. One such example is the John Lewis partnership. And we at Google have been very grateful for our partnership with John Lewis for many years. It's my privilege to welcome today Andy McInnes from the John Lewis partnership to Cloud Next. Please give Andy a warm welcome.
Hi, Thomas.
Andy, welcome to Cloud Next. It's great to have you. Could you tell the audience a little bit, your company has an amazing story of partnership and customer service. Could you tell them a little bit how you're changing the customer experience?
I'd love to. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to share a little bit of our story. For those who don't know, the John Lewis partnership has existed for more than 150 years. In the UK, we're represented by 2 of our major brands, John Lewis and Partners, that's our department stores, and Waitrose and Partners, the food shops of the John Lewis partnership. I guess the seminal moment in our history was 90 years ago when John Speed and Lewis handed over the entire company to his staff in trust, creating what is now the UK's largest employee-owned organization. We are well known, world famous for our great customer service, but also a fantastic place to work. When you think about John Lewis, you think about that great customer expectation, and that's really what I'm proud our partners help us deliver. Partners are what we call the people in our organization who work for us because they share in all of the profits that we make. But not only that, I'm really proud of the relationship we have with Google Cloud. We've moved from having just physical stores to a true omni-channel experience where it doesn't matter whether you come into our store or whether you look at us online or on a web platform. the joined-up experience of our brand is one, and Google Cloud help us. So thank you very much.
Thank you. That's an amazing story, 150 years. What's some of the new innovations you're delivering with us?
Yeah, so it's not possible to exist for 150 years unless your business has gone through transformation after transformation. And especially with digital disruption, the pace of change in retail and technology has probably never been higher than it is now. But for us in the partnership, it's important that we do technology in a way that's true to our heritage. Our partners are our differentiator. Our customers come to us for high-touch customer service. It's what we're known for. So when we use technology, we use it in a way to augment that. So while we believe that artificial intelligence and machine learning has the ability to transform all parts of our business, we do it in a way that empowers our partners to deliver on our service. But it's not just that. Google hosts johnlewis.com, and before we had a legacy system which was very difficult to update and took a lot of effort. We've now moved from a world of doing 10 huge releases a year to now on GCP delivering 6,000 releases, giving us agility that we would never have thought possible. But not only that, it's Black Friday next week, and then it goes into Christmas. This is the time it's really important for retailers. If we don't deliver now, Santa doesn't come for people, and that just can't happen. This is normally when we would be building out lots of servers, configuring them, and trying to cope with the load. But now we just trust Google to do that for us. But it's not just there. In our stores, our partners communicate and talk. We're a democratic organization. For us to share best practice is important, and for us to understand how our partners are feeling is really at the core of the heritage of our brand. And GCP really helps us do that. And before I finish, I'd like to say, I've just gone over some of the key highlights of how we use Google. I'm talking again at a customer innovation session here this afternoon, and we've got other partners doing other talks. So if you'd love to hear more about how John Lewis and Google work together, we'd love to tell you more about our story.
Andy, thank you for coming. It's a great story.
Thank you.
For coming. Similar to retail, we have a variety of solutions for financial services, whether that's improving customer engagement, helping you detect fraud, improve how you do liquidity and risk reporting, what you're doing with submitting your financial statements to regulators. There are many financial institutions that use Google Cloud for this purpose every day. We deliver these solutions not just ourselves, but in concert with partners. Google recognizes that platforms that succeed are not just platforms which are differentiated by the cloud provider's own solutions, but the solutions that partners build on that platform. And we are extraordinarily grateful for these partners. Let me just touch on a few of them to highlight some new things we're introducing. The first one is with Deloitte. Deloitte has worked with us for many years, building solutions on Google Cloud and partnering with us to serve customers. Today, here at Google Cloud, we're pleased to announce 3 new solutions with Deloitte to help property insurers make data-driven decisions using our analytics platform, to improve biomedical and clinical research with the power of data, and to manage supply chains much more efficiently using our cloud. You can join Deloitte and Google, as well as example customers who already do this, including Commerzbank, John Lewis, HSBC, right here in the UK. In addition, we are working closely with Accenture. Accenture has also got a broad portfolio of solutions on Google Cloud. And here at Cloud Next, we're introducing some new capabilities for you, our customers, with Accenture. The ability to migrate and optimize SAP applications on Google Cloud, to improve customer engagement across all the channels of interaction between a customer and an organization, whether you're a retailer, you're a hospital, you're a financial services organization. And a new solution to advance the frontier of pharmaceutical and medical device research. With Accenture, we serve many common customers right here in the UK, Sainsbury's, and Atom Bank, a leading digital bank here in the UK, as well as if you buy L'Oreal Cosmetics, for example. We are grateful for all the work these partners do with us every day to bring solutions to our customers. To each of you who attend this event and who are watching online, I want to close by telling you you are going to be excited to know that thousands of Googlers are working hard every day to give you this platform to help you innovate. We give you this platform to paint a new vision for your company, to imagine what was once considered impossible, and to transform the way you serve customers in every industry. We're proud of the work that our people do to bring those innovations to you, and we're investing very aggressively to ensure that you have the right sales resources, customer service resources, as well as product innovations to take your organization into the future. One such organization is the English Premier League and the national football team. In closing, let me welcome Alison Wagenfeld, our Chief Marketing Officer, who's going to introduce a surprise guest and have a conversation with him. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Thomas. Good morning, everyone. As Thomas mentioned, I'm the Chief Marketing Officer for Google Cloud, and I am thrilled to be here. As the final part of our keynote, we have something exciting in store for you. We're going to talk about an organization that is going through a transformation, just like many organizations and like many of you. And while they literally invented the industry over 150 years ago, they faced a need for renewal and transformation in order to keep an edge against the competition. Sound familiar? It's a story of transformation on many fronts. It's about improving their strategy and decision-making through better data analysis, strengthening internal and external outreach, and about creating new opportunities for collaboration and ideation through the organization. Let me show you a short video about what I mean.
Football here is as close to a religion as you could imagine.
It has the ability to connect people, to inspire people.
Representing England is the biggest dream that you could have and the ultimate honour. We go on that pitch and we give everything for our country.
Anything new that injects innovation, creativity, that's exciting for us because our aspiration is to be the best in the world. And the partnership with Google Cloud will help us do that.
The game isn't just about the most skillful team, it's about having the understanding of important moments.
We weren't able to give our coaches what they wanted. So I think the biggest problem that we're trying to solve for is how can we deliver better insights through data?
We are striving to get competitive advantage over the rest of the world. Whatever platform we use, it has to enable us to win.
The player performance system provides that opportunity for us.
It's all about preparation. You have a GPS on you to know your distance that you're covering.
How fast we're running, how far we're running.
How well we've slept, how long we've slept for. There's no place to hide, but at the same time that pushes you to be the best athlete.
Every team, tactically and technically, is better than they've ever been. But the marginal gains that you need to be the world's best, I believe technology allows us to go from what I call good to great.
Google Cloud has allowed us to come together and collaborate properly. It's giving us enormous advantages over our competitors.
We're looking forward to the future and hopefully being able to go and capture some silverware.
There's a really positive future over a long period because we've got a good system now with good young players coming through. I think our players can appeal to the new generations.
That's why we at the FA have got a massive responsibility, really. Because if football is that powerful and you're willing to be passionate about it, you can achieve almost anything.
So I'm very proud to announce that Google Cloud is the official cloud of England's national teams and partner to the FA. But I'm also particularly excited to introduce our next guest. So please join me in welcoming Gareth Southgate to the stage. Gareth. Woo. Thank you very much. So we're going to come join me over here. So we have a couple minutes to be able to ask you a little bit about your own transformation. And I think this will probably be your easiest media interview, or any interview of the week. Sounds like it's been an interesting week for you all here. But before we begin, first let me congratulate you on qualifying for the Euros. It's certainly exciting. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I think we have a European Championship next summer, which our 3 group matches will be at Wembley. So although I think that's starting to get in the public awareness, it will be a huge sporting occasion, similar to when we hosted the Olympics, and we hope that everybody will be as excited as we are about it.
Yeah, I'm sure. Certainly this group, I imagine. So let's talk a little bit about transformation. When you arrived at the FA in 2013, I believe, I heard you say that the organization needed some change. Tell me a little bit and tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I think it's important to point out, although I arrived as head coach of the under-21s and the junior teams, we also had a new chief executive pretty quickly and a new technical director who oversaw everything that happens within football. And the biggest thing was changing culture. The Football Association has historically been viewed as old men with blazers, out of touch with the rest of society. We had national teams that hadn't performed well, and we knew that we needed to modernize. And one of the great advantages that we had was that we were just opening a new performance center at St. George's Park, where previously everything had been based at Wembley. So we had our own training facility, but of course we then needed to be able to communicate between the 2 sites, as well as having that insight to performance at St. George's.
Yeah. And so how did technology play a role in the transformation?
Yeah, it's been ongoing, and I have to be honest, at times uncomfortable, because although I'm reasonably technology literate, every time we started a new system and I had a new password, a new software to learn how to use, I think for a lot of us as coaches, that can be a difficult space. But we've been able to coordinate all of our junior teams. We have consistency in the way that we work. All of the almost playbooks can be stored. So when I took over, there were no records of the past. All the England managers that there had been over 30 years, there weren't even written reports of what had happened in the tournaments to be able to pass the learnings on. So we've been able to now, everything we do is stored, everything we do is shared. When we're planning for a camp, the weekly planning document is shared, and it means that although we have 23 players, we have more staff that work with the team than we have players. Some of them are at Wembley, some of them are at St. George's, but they can all update those documents and tap into those documents wherever they are in the world, at whatever time of day they're working. So the ability to share those things in particular, whether it's been playing or planning, has made huge advance for us.
Yeah, no, it's great. I'm thrilled when you're telling me about being a G Suite customer for a couple of years and how big a difference it's made. It's fantastic. Often with digital transformation, and we see this with many of our customers, sometimes you can get a little stuck along the way. What were some of the challenges that you faced, and how did you help move things forward?
Well, ours is a game where generally, when you ask people why do you do things, the answer is, well, because that's what we do in football. We've always done it that way. Why would we do it differently? And that was the mentality shift we had to find, whether that was in terms of how we wanted to play, in terms of our preparation for things like penalty shootouts, and in terms of learning maybe from other sports or other businesses. So we needed to modernize our thinking, and it's in the early stages that's hard because high turnover of staff, reluctance to move forward with new ideas. It's a change project, and that's always going to find resistance. And until you start to have some small wins, which at times can take maybe 2-3 years, then there is always a slight reticence to really follow the path of the new leaders.
No, it's great. And it sounds like actually one of your next areas of innovation is looking at player performance. And you mentioned that you're starting to build a new player performance system and hoping to use data and analytics in some more advanced ways. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, our game now, you saw in the film that we monitor the players' training load, we monitor how they sleep, we monitor their performance. So we are awash with data. Our challenge is to find really what is relevant for us. What do we need to know as a coaching team? How much of that do we need to share with the players because we can overload them with information? Where do we store all this? And data is great, but actually, what's the bit that makes the difference? What are the pieces that can help us inform where we want to work on coaching, where we want to focus our coaching time? And we're still coming to terms with that as a sport. I think a lot of other sports, it's very clear. If you do X, Y, and Z, you win. In football, we're a low-scoring game with a lot of random events, and so blips in the data you can read too much into, but there are some consistent things that we know that we need to do to be able to win.
Yeah. And I know you don't want to share anything proprietary, but I did hear that data came into play a little bit in a very important shootout that you had, a penalty kick shootout. How did you use data to the extent that you're comfortable sharing?
Yeah, so there were some clear I had some experience in penalty shootouts. People in the audience might be aware of that or not. Yeah. But what was clear to me was that this isn't a case of luck. This is about performing a skill under pressure. And when you analyze through that process, there are some key areas that we were able to work on, some key data that we were able to tap into, and some key processes that we were able to share with the players and the staff to prepare us in the best way possible. Ultimately, the player and the players still have to have the nerve to put the ball on the spot and execute it. So I'm always conscious when we're talking about the part everybody else played, the players are probably thinking, well, hang on a minute, we were involved in this as well. But there were definitely things, I think, to prepare any team, you're maximizing their opportunities and minimizing the noise and the disturbance that could happen. And that was the process we went through with penalty shootouts, and we were able to, again, analyze thousands and thousands of penalty kicks, preferences, traits for outfield players and goalkeepers. And again, we were able to share all of that across our analysis and performance team.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. I know it was a very interesting story to hear about, and I'm sure as you build out more of these analytics, there'll be other parts of the game that'll be able to influence. Looking ahead, when you're thinking about how else technology can help the team, help the FA more broadly, what else can you share with us about what you see on the horizon?
Well, it's an ever-changing world. Only in the last 6 months, we are now allowed to have an iPad on the bench. So you'll see other sports where rugby, for example, the coaches sit in the stand and they can watch the game and they can get live data feedback. In football, it's, again, a strange cultural thing, but all the coaches sit lower down, and for years we weren't allowed to access footage on the bench, we weren't allowed to access that data. So really now that can advance the way that we work during a game. So that's a big shift. All the time there are advances. I now on a Sunday morning, every game that's played in the Premier League, I can have that footage now to my laptop on a Sunday morning, so I can watch all of I don't have to go and visit every match. I can visit a couple, and then those that I can't get to, I've watched all of the footage of the players. That footage is clipped for me into individual actions. So within 12 hours of the game, I know wherever my players are in Europe, I can access how they've played, how far they've run, all of that insight, which helps us with selection. And in the end, selection is one of our most key things. Like for any business, recruitment is key. And selecting the right players is the same for us.
Yeah, so looking ahead also, I'm sure there's a lot of fans in here and they're thinking about the Euros. Anything that you want to share as a kind of final thought about what's getting you excited? I know they're under a lot of pressure, but certainly a great opportunity.
Yeah, we're a very young team, and with that has come some real shifts in the way they think, what we think is achievable. And the balance of that is that for a lot of the players, they don't have experience yet of the big matches where fine margins and experience of performing under pressure is really key. So my job is, I'm the one that has to take the pressure from them and give them the environment to go and perform. But we really feel the next few years for English football very exciting. We were world champions at under 17s 2 years ago. We were world champions at under 20s. So the next 4, 5, 6 years with England, there should be a depth of talent that is capable of achieving at senior end, and we've got to make sure that happens.
Yeah, well, for sure. I know on behalf of all of us here and everyone at Google Cloud, we are very much rooting for the FA, for England, and so thank you so much for being a customer and a partner of ours. And for those of you who are going to be spending the day here, we have a wonderful place out in the showroom where people can actually take a shot and run some of their own analytics. So please join us there. And all, please join me in thanking Gareth for being with us here today. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes. Well, thank you all. And now for the final moment, I'm going to turn it back over to Chris, who is going to close out the morning. Chris.
All right. How was that for a slightly different and maybe surprising digital transformation story? Do we like that? So I was backstage, and there was some camera coming from the back, and when we announced Gareth, I got to see all the phones come up, and it looked like a rock concert. So I think we kept it a secret, and hopefully you enjoyed that as much as we all did. A really inspiring story. So my job is to close us out and move us on to the next 2 days. And I wanted to, obviously, we had a lot of great customer announcements. You heard from Fiat-Chrysler, you heard from John Lewis, amongst others. A lot of new product announcements. And when I hear all those products announcements, I get excited because I know we're listening to our customers. So those came from great feedback from all of you, telling us what you want, what you need to succeed on your digital transformation journeys. I want to leave you with sort of 3 really high-level things that hopefully came through throughout the keynote. So our mission in helping you in your digital transformation is really about 3 things that we're going to bring to you, that we're bringing to you. World-class infrastructure as a service, a digital transformation platform that's industry-leading, and then finally, we want industry solutions that help you accelerate your transformation. So you heard a little bit about that too. And there are over 100 sessions over the next couple of days. So now I'm going to go into a little bit of house cleaning before I send you off. The first thing I would ask all of you to do, if you haven't, is to download the app. You can search under UK19 Next on Apple, Google Play. You'll find it, download it. That's going to help you navigate the 100 sessions, navigate the latest news on the event and what's happening, and get the most out of an action-packed couple of days ahead. Go to the football pier. So the football pier, we're going to have machine learning set up, and it's going to give you feedback on your football skills, but also your style. So let's see if we have anyone out here who knows how to play the beautiful game. And make sure you attend the Customer Innovation Series, great customer stories talking from different industries, talking about how we're working together on their transformations. And finally, join us tonight for Nextival. It should be a great celebration. I hope to see you all there. Enjoy the next couple of days. Thank you very much.